Good morning, 7th standard. So, today we're going to do the next unit, the next extract from our unit 11, music and dance. Okay, now today we're going to read about a very famous international ballet dancer. Okay, his name is Carlos Acosta. Okay, now that is Mr. Carlos Acosta for you. Okay, he was born in 1973 and the 2nd of June. Okay, so uh, he's not very young, but he's not very old either. But he doesn't dance now. He's a retired dancer, but he's a ballet director. He was a very famous ballet dancer. Okay, and he's partly British and partly Cuban. He's from a country called Cuba, which is a little island country uh, near North America. Okay, so now today we are going to read about a day in the life of Carlos Acosta. Uh, there it says 36. Okay, the Cuban ballet dancer. Now, of course, now we are into 2021, so he's 2 years older. Okay, he's 38 now. So, he's 38 years old and he was a very famous ballet dancer. He's danced in for the Royal Ballet dancers, and he's been their director for quite some time. And this is something very creditable, something to something that's very great because the Royal School of Ballet is in Britain, and it has very good dancers, especially ballet dancers from all over the world. And so naturally, Carlos Acosta was very good. So he's been part of the Royal School of Ballet Dancers for quite some time. Okay, so now we go on to the lesson. The extract here, extract 11C. Now, they do mention a lady called Charlotte. Charlotte is his wife. She is a British writer, and they have 3 children. Okay, and now they're living in Cuba, uh, in Havana, which is the capital of Cuba. Okay, so now all of you please open your textbooks to page 163 and we'll do the text together. Okay, a day in the life of Carlos Acosta, 36, the Cuban ballet dancer. I eat breakfast at 8:30. Oatmeal, bananas, mangoes, papayas and tea. And owing to the need for protein, I often have eggs as well. So he's telling you about his breakfast there. Quite an ordinary breakfast like you and I would have. I'm pretty laid back about clothes. Now, that term, pretty laid back about clothes, what do you think that means? Means that he wears casual clothes. He's not very particular to, be wearing formal clothes or, a suit. Okay. Most of the time, I wear t shirts and casual stuff. I have a couple of expensive designer suits for black tie functions. I don't like wearing them, but sometimes you have to dress up. Now, black tie functions are, when you have your bow, a white shirt, a black coat on top of that, and your black pants, trousers also to go along with that. Okay, so he says he has some of those, but he doesn't like wearing them, but he does have to wear them sometimes. In Havana, I sit on my terrace while I eat breakfast, looking out at white sand. The sea is 4 blocks away. When I'm away, not being able to see a blue sky every day makes me miserable. Makes him very sad when he can't see the blue sky. It's good to have someone to come home to, Charlotte is a writer. We lead an ordinary life, shopping, going to movies, getting my hair cut, and I love to hang out with my family. Now, love to hang out with my family, what does he mean there? That he loves to spend time with his children and his wife, that is his family. Okay. Ballet is like training for the Olympics, 8 hours a day. And when you're performing, you have to take classes. We break for an hour at 12 for lunch in the canteen. So he says that it isn't a very easy job being a dancer. And like athletes train for the Olympics, for ballet also, it's a dance form, but yet you have to spend 8 hours a day practicing for it. And he's taking class, and at that time when they have a break just for an hour, they take the break at 12 in the canteen. It's not good to repertoire, and it's not good to overeat, because after lunch you work on the repertoire and you're going to have to jump. So he says you have to eat just a limited amount of food for lunch, because if you eat more then you won't be able to dance, and at that time you've got to do the whole collection of dances that they have planned for a program. Okay, that's what you mean by repertoire. Okay, it is a collection of the dances. Here in this case it's a dance that they are going to perform for a whole performance on stage at some time. Flying in the air feels amazing. When I was younger and could be up there with nothing hurting, it was like, wow. So, what's he trying to tell you there? That it is an amazing experience. That's why he says, wow. The older you get, the more you need ice packs and massage, which I have at least twice a week. So, that's what he's saying. As you get older, you have more aches and pains, and at that time, you have to use ice to get rid of your pains, and you need a body massage too. And he says he has that 2 days in a week. Life in Havana is hectic. What do you mean by hectic? It is really frantic, real frantic activity. Everybody's busy, busy, busy everywhere. Okay? I'm happy to teach at the National Ballet School when they ask me. Owing to my experiences traveling and performing, I bring a melting pot of different cultures and influence to my teaching. So, as he's teaching dance, he brings in many other different forms of dancing which he has got from traveling over all over the world, and because he's been performing in many countries also. So when he says I bring a melting pot of different cultures, means all these different forms, he's putting it into a pot, and when it melts it all becomes his beautiful dance. Okay, I'm sure you may know that there's a particular country in the world that's called a melting pot. I think you all can find out and put in the answer for me. If any of you do find it out, you can put in the answer for me. So, I know a lot of people in Cuba, but many from my group have left. Things change. Everyone wants the opportunity to make a better life and earn money. My security is due to the property I bought and sound investments I've made. So he says that many from his group have left because they wanted to earn more money. But he says that he's very comfortable. He's secure that because he's bought property, and not only that, in putting in his money and buying things, he's been very careful. I always suffer from jet lag. That means after going the plane, he is always very tired. I travel a lot with Charlotte, but not when I'm rehearsing. That's when I'm practicing. Then I have to clear my head to concentrate on learning choreography. Choreography is dance. Sometimes I need to be alone. Everybody needs their own space. When you say that you need your own space, it means that you always, all of us need a little time to ourselves. You need your own privacy. I work on a laptop in my messy dressing room where I'm able to cut myself off from everything. That he's able to concentrate and he's able to cut off all the other sounds around him. I'm writing a novel in Spanish. I have the book inside my head and I know exactly where I'm going. So he knows what he wants exactly. But in the process of writing, things happen. You discover things about the characters which set up new possibilities. When the writing goes all right, it's a very cool feeling. What do you mean by a very cool feeling? It's that you're very satisfied. You have a great feeling inside yourself that you've done something good. We eat a late dinner at home. Charlotte does the cooking. I can only make black beans with rice, which we eat a lot in Cuba. I throw off my shoes. It's wonderful to pad about barefoot on the wooden floor, but dancers have such ugly feet. Okay, he says he has ugly feet, um, but we don't know, isn't it? So, there uh, we've done the text C now. I hope you've understood the difficult words that I gave you the meaning of, and I hope you were listening because the exercise related to this, some of them you do have to write the meaning. So, if you were listening to the class, you'll be able to answer these questions too. Okay, so today now we'll go to page 162. There you have the exercises related with text 11C. Okay, 7A. Text 11C contains some colloquial and idiomatic expressions. That means very, the colloquial means the way we speak them with the slang. So these terms that they've given here, they want you to rewrite these phrases in a more formal way, in more what do you say, formal English, okay, not in this the way that we usually speak it, not in a colloquial way. I'm pretty laid back about clothes. I love to hang out with my family. It was like, wow, everybody needs their own space. It's a very cool feeling. Okay, so if you are listening to the class, you'll be able to get it from the class, or you can go to the net and you can find the meanings and write them for me. Okay? Note that in the passage, all right is written as two words. Copy the 10 words below and add slashes to show which of them split into more than one word and where. Now, the words that they've given you here, nearby, altogether, nevertheless, in so far as, everywhere, themselves, a lot of, always, furthermore, and in between. Okay, now some of these words are not written as one word as they've been put here, they are more than one word. Like the example in between, the last word, that is actually two words. So you will write in slash between. Okay, so you write out the 10 words. The words which have are actually not just one word, you'll have to put the slash in between. Okay, now exercise C. Rewrite the following groups of simple sentences from the passage, joining each set into one complex sentence in as many ways as possible. Now, I don't want you to write it as many ways as possible. I just like you to combine the sentences given there into one possible way. Now, this we've done last year. Okay, now you can combine the sentences using relative pronouns, which are our words. You remember? You remember all of them? Can any of you tell me, name the relative pronouns that we've done last year? Okay, I think you may remember them, but anyway, I'll tell you. Who, which, whose, whom, that. Remember? These words we use to form relative clauses, and to combine sentences to form complex sentences. Or you can use conjunctions. Okay, now these three sentences there. Now, this whole of exercise 7, I'd like you to do in the second hour that we have in the afternoon. Okay, that's 1 hour there. I'm sure that's more than enough time for all of y'all to do it. Okay, so I'd like you to do it and put it into the assignment box for me. Okay, for tomorrow. Okay, so please do that, all of you, and put it in for me. Okay, it's all work that we've done, and I think it is quite easy. So please do it. Okay, so have a great day, all of you, and I'll see you in our next class.